Welcome to the God Pod with Lord Jamar. Not a hard job to expose the fraud you are. P. Diddy, Kid Cudi, explode your car. Shit get ugly when I unload the scar. But this ain't PUBG. Shout out to my people around the world that love me. Peace to Artie Stacks, Digger, and Godfrey. My people in the chat, all my niggas that got me. Rest in peace, fact checker rage. Got memories that never fade. You are still missed to this day. Sever with my blade what gets in my way. Never be a tether, this is FBA. I got games for whoever wanna play. Spit flames for forever and a day. Shit changed and you better get away. You know my name, motherfucker, is Lord J.
Hey. Aha! What's good? That's right, Circuit. Get set. God is back. Damn it. Let's go. I see. Real fire. Let's go. Lord Ram. Uh-huh. How you be on this glorious day? Yeah. In a minute. I'm back. In a minute. How's it going? What's good? Queen Shelly, peace queen. Yeah. What's good, family? GPS in this bitch. Welcome back to the God Pod with Lord Jamar. I am Lord Jamar. Back yet since I've been gone. What, motherfuckers have a war or excursion in Iran? Yeah. Motherfuckers is doing all kind of stuff for Israel, ain't it? Ain't they? Well, thank you, Big Red Shaolin. That's a Lord J production. Juan Torres. What's good, my brother? Boricua. Yes, we getting that mixed. We getting it all mixed right now. We getting the album mixed. We got to get that sound quality where it needs to be. I played some demos on here, and a bunch of people had, something to say about the mix. I guess if you're an engineer and all that, that's what you listen for. I'm great. Yeah, I want to say peace to my man Cam up in Connecticut, man. Like, if I don't go on for a week or two, man, that dude will hit me up. Like, yeah, what's up? Like, Godcast, like, you going on today, bruh? Yo, so I always appreciate, when he hit me up. And it's just, concern, making sure I'm okay, and wanting to know when I'll get back on these internet airwaves. Yeah, I just been around here, just doing some things. And it seemed like, the days when I'd be ready to go live, some shit always come up and I'm like, fuck. Can't do it today. Let me do, and then, yeah. Shit just been happening. But I'm here today. How y'all been? Everybody good? We okay? Anything I need to know? Any updates in your life that you'd like to share with the God? Um, Let me know. You know, we try to be supportive of our family here. So let's get to it, man. We see, well, hang on, let's take this before we start talking. Shout out to Old Chan Charlie. Thank you, Old Chan Charlie. He said, yo, is it true they used to live in the same building as Jay-Z? Memphis Bleak mentioned it. Yes, it is. I would actually say he lived in the same building as me because I lived there first. But yes, we were neighbors for quite a few years. And yeah, when he said, took it to my stash spot, 560 State Street. Catch me in the kitchen like a Simmons whipping pastry. That's where we used to live at, 560 State Street. But thank you, Old Chan Charlie. Queen Shelley. Damn, I see what you said. You said my sister passed away. Damn. My condolences, Queen. 27 years old. Wow. Condolences to you, for real, Queen. That's wow. That's shocking to hear. Listen, we have to, we really have to take care of ourselves because the devil, and however you may construe that as being, the devil is literally trying to kill you at every turn, at every chance they get, whether it's through the food you're eating, the clothes you're wearing, the things you're inhaling, the things you apply to your skin and your glands. Like they literally hate you. So the only way to overcome that is to love yourself. Right? Is to love yourself. So a lot of these things, can be combated with self-love and knowledge of self. Okay? But once again, my condolences, and I see many other people in the chat are conveying their condolences to you as well. Queen Shelley, we love you here. Yeah, my condolences to you and your family, and all your loved ones, and your sister's loved ones. Ah. Right. No more pain. So, anyway, let's get to this title. Did you see Ray J? Ray J. This guy, yeah. This guy Ray J has really, it seems like he really has just lost his mind. Like he is the real definition of a crash out. Like Ray J has really crashed out where he don't give a fuck. So recently, you know, on It Is What It Is with Mase and Cam, they recently had Shine on the show. During the show, I think Cam asked, Shine, what happened with him and Brandy. Apparently, according to Shine, him and Mase might have been messing with Brandy at the same time. Um, and then I think he may have said something to the effect of he didn't hit it. He didn't hit it first. Well, Ray J. Ray J got wind of this boy and lost his motherfucking mind. Not only did he threaten to smack the shit out of dudes and all of this, no. He took it way further. He basically threatened to essay these guys. Can he even say this shit on YouTube? I don't even know what I can say. But he talking about he gonna give dudes venereal diseases and sodomize. Can I say that? Okay. He talking about he gonna sodomize them. It's not funny, but it's so crazy that it's funny. Like the fact that we're in a time where somebody could just say that out loud and like it's almost okay. It's almost okay. Like it's not, it's crazy, but it's not super crazy anymore. Like that would have been super crazy, back, what, in the 80s or 90s, shit like that. Now, I don't know. I don't know how crazy it is. It sounds to people. And now he's talking about he coming out the closet and what's up with this guy? What is up with this fucking guy, yo? Yeah, I don't know if you could say that word, white iced tea. A lot of people say graped. They say graped on the internet. You notice that? Because I think if you say the R word, it might get flagged or something like that. I'm not really fully sure how that works. But there's definitely certain words that if you say it around you know things of that nature, that your video can get flagged. I don't know, man. I know a lot of people avoid the shit. So listen, I don't need no more damn problems. They done fuck with my channel. Do you know I never got my plaque? Like when you hit 100,000 subscribers, YouTube is supposed to send you a plaque, apparently. But at the time, I guess I had some strikes or some shit like that, and if you have any strikes, it's, I guess it affects them sending you what the fuck you earned. I don't know. Yes, Turkish death threat. And I thought about this. So Lord J tried to call this behavior out with the skirt wearing in hip hop. Now look at it. I mean, I definitely feel like I slowed it up. I remember when I got into the shit with Marlon Wayans over Omar Epps wearing a skirt. And, after all the shit, the little back and forth we had, bottom line is I ain't never seen Omar Epps in a skirt after that. So you can say all the shit you want to say, but motherfucker, when a motherfucker speak up, the shit works. I made the joint Kanye West tried to promote the skirt shit. I went ahead and spoke on it, and I made a joint called Lift Up Your Skirt, a song called Lift Up Your Skirt. And I might have let that shit out on a Thursday, Friday. That weekend, Kanye West requested that all pictures of him in a skirt be taken down off of Getty Images. You're not going to tell me that wasn't from my influence. I don't give a fuck. Okay? So sometimes when you speak up, even as one person, you can affect change. That's why we got to keep speaking about this bullshit. And whatever the bullshit is, whatever bullshit they trying to pass off on us, we got to speak on the shit. So now dudes like Ray J is trying to normalize this, you know, sexual deviancy. What's good, A1 Drizzy? You always on time, bro. Long as you here. Um, yeah, dudes like Ray J now, because he's been saying a lot of little gay shit. You know what I mean? Now he just trying to go hard with it. And he knows that if he leans into that it's gonna go viral. That mad people are gonna talk about it. So that's part of where he thinks in his mind that he's trolling the internet. I don't know. But I don't think he's trying. I think he's just trying to tell the truth about how he gets down. Because he already said some shit about um when he was talking about Puffy and then he said, yeah, asses have been getting taken in ways. He says little crazy shit that you're like, yo, what's up with this dude? Now, in the contrast, did y'all see Brandy's response to let's see. To shine. Let's see. Because the way she wrote her shit was like super classy. It was like the exact opposite of what's his name did. Oh yeah, what her brother did. Randy said, in the late 90s, I had a platonic friendship with rapper Shine. In an unfortunate turn of events, that friendship is now being mischaracterized as we dated. Unequivocally, we did not. I'm not sure why an untrue narrative about a scope of what was a friendship more than 20 years ago is being reshaped during his current media interviews. People telling their version of my story is why I'm releasing, and this was smart for her to plug her little shit, is why I'm releasing my upcoming memoir, Phases. It's time to tell my truth and debunk many of the misnomers that people think they know about my life. Additionally, I rarely release statements and typically ignore stories about me in the headlines, even when they're false. But when I do decide to stand up for myself, I handle things on my own. While I love my brother Ray J, I don't condone or support the messages he shared on social media and have not asked him to defend me in any. Now that's classy shit, if you ask me. Just the way it was laid out. Um, that was like some grown woman shit, you know? Um, but then again, do we fully believe her? Because I fully believe, in my mind, don't act like, you know, you was an angel. You probably was fucking with them both around the same time. You was Brandy. You know what I mean? You had a lot of stars and shit. Just like they was big rappers and shit like that. And they probably had, they had other girls and shit like that too. Like, don't act like, you know, like you wasn't getting down. You know what I mean? You probably was fucking with them both. So it is what it is. It was 20 years ago. I would hope a dude wouldn't fucking lie on his shit, especially after 20 years. Like, what's the purpose of lying about having sex with somebody? Like when you're young, a teenager, I could see teenagers, yeah, just to try to act like they got some pussy around their friends. Yeah, I fucked her. You know, that's some shit. These young niggas might lie on their dicks type shit. But why would a grown man do that? Especially when he was like, he was an up and coming star at the time. And it's 20 years later. Why would you lie about that? I think we're grown enough to be like, nah, I messed with her, but nah, I never hit it. I never hit that. You know what I mean? Like, I don't think dudes would, because he was kind of humble about Mase being like number one, but he didn't know or some shit like that. Like he didn't know that Mase was in the picture or something like that. And that he was, he was number two, but he didn't know type of shit. So he was humble about that. I feel like if you really didn't do nothing with her, you would have been humble. Like, nah, you know what I mean? I messed with her, you know. We hung out a few times, but I never hit that. And that's just what it is. Yeah, they said Shaq and Kobe. Shaq and Kobe. They said Mase was Shaq, or I don't know how they put it. Mase was Shaq and Shine was Kobe. I don't know. But they both was playing for the same team. Anyway, Ray J's a fucking nut. Should we play a piece of this nut? This nut ass nut wilding the fuck out? Hang on. I think this is one of the videos that he did. I guess this could be with the Breakfast Club. Yeah, let me see some. Let's play this shit and see what the fuck this wild little motherfucker talking about.
When they were sitting and having a conversation about Shine dating Brandy and Mase dating Brandy, you called me because you was like, yo, that shit, it was corny.
Here's what I did. I went on my motherfucking new app Ryan Ball and I went big on these niggas. It was ugly. And I felt like it didn't get nowhere. Because I said, yo, I said the most disrespectful shit to these bitch ass niggas, right? And nobody heard about it. So I said, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna go to plan B. I'm about to hit the Breakfast Club.
Did you talk to Brandy about it?
So it's funny, you hear this? These motherfucker, he got his calculated shit. He said, I said the most disrespectful shit. So he knew exactly that what he was gonna say was gonna go viral. Now I don't know. He's talking about it didn't go nowhere. It went every fucking where. If you go on the internet, mad fucking people's talk about this shit. But this just shows you how calculated motherfuckers be with the bullshit. Let's continue.
I didn't even see that. Yo, Lauren, I didn't even see the interview. I don't even know what happened. All I know, Bully, you want to go with me? I ain't even seen the interview, right? I looked online and then I saw them niggas laughing and shit, and that's all I needed to see. That's it. It didn't even take me 5 minutes to go, y'all niggas is some hoe ass niggas and cheap suits. Mase looking like he from The Simpsons, and Cameron looked like he just had a stroke and now he getting back off of it because that bottom lip ain't moving correctly, right? But I'm gonna have it moving real correctly when he's sucking my fucking dick. Hands on your knees, nigga. I want all them niggas. I want a threesome with all them hoe ass niggas.
You hear this motherfucker, yo? Whoa. This is a sick boy right here. This is a sick boy right here.
Sitting on their fucking knees, sucking my fucking dick.
I get why you upset. Like, you know, it's your sister.
I'm really not
the little
upset.
kiki
It's just
shit
y'all
is
think that y'all gonna talk about my
stuff
sister
is corny.
and y'all gonna get fucked in the ass, period. Y'all gonna get everything y'all needed to get done because y'all niggas acting like hoes. All y'all do is talk about females. Well, guess what? When I get to New York, y'all niggas gonna get fucked like females. Bitch ass niggas.
Yeah, this is a sick man right here. That's a sick man right there. That's a sick man right there. Everybody calling him Gay J. You know what's funny? At one point, he trying to talk all gangster on blood and like, is that gangster talk? Talking about raping, sexually assaulting and raping dudes? Yeah, not cute, not funny. Like the shit is. And it's like, honestly, he's assaulting all of us by even saying that shit out loud. Like, I don't want to hear none of that shit because I don't want to visualize it. He's almost trying to force us to visualize some sick shit. And it's like, fuck that. Fuck you, Ray J. You sick bastard. Get the fuck out of here with all this bullshit. First of all, didn't he say he's almost out of here? Maybe could that be why he's bugging out like this? Because he said he ain't got much longer to live or some shit like that. He said something about his heart or some shit like that. But even if nothing's wrong with him, built like that, yo. Is Ray J really built like that? Like Ray J came up, you know. He was the little brother of Brandy. He's been around Hollywood and like, do you think this motherfucker really got hands? Hands to the point where he could beat motherfuckers' asses and then go ahead and SA them? Come on, man. This motherfucker just talking to talk. Like he just it's almost like he want them to, you know, he's saying the most outlandish shit so that he could get them to jump out the window. And then once they do that, he can cry, oh, motherfuckers attacked me, or look, they did some shit to me. That's what I'm saying. They say he's like 5'2". That's what I'm saying. I met this dude one time. He ain't no big dude. He's like, see, niggas with money get it twisted when they start hanging around gangsters and shit like that. They start hanging around gangbangers and they start to feel that energy like they won with it. But you're not built like that just because you got enough money to have niggas like that around you. Like, don't get it twisted. That's not you. That's just motherfuckers you've positioned yourself to be in the midst of. Peace, Don Don. But that ain't you. So relax. I don't think anybody I don't think Mase or Cam or Shine, I don't think when they heard this, that anybody is nervous about anything that you're saying. They don't believe that you're going to smack them, that you're going to, you know, put shit in their mouth and all this, whatever the fuck you talking about. I don't believe that they believe that you're capable of doing any of that. Which is why I don't think any of them have even responded to this bullshit at all. That's right, Don. He's looking for a moment. Bruh, they laughed. Because it's funny. This shit is funny. It's funny shit. It's funny fucking shit. But anyway, let's move on from this sexual deviant. Afroman. Rapper Afroman. Now, I don't care how you feel about Afroman as a rapper. You know, if you're a fan of him or not, what he just did was beautiful. It was beautiful on some American constitutional law type shit. And it actually showed that if you got the law on your side, if you got truth on your side, even when motherfuckers might try some racist shit on you, because I definitely believe the police had something, some racist motives with what they originally did. I'm going to get into it. But yeah, if we truly were in a society where everything is just against the black man, well, then he would have had no chance of winning this thing, though, would he? But he did. Let's talk about it. The Grammy-nominated rapper Afroman won a defamation lawsuit filed by 7 Ohio sheriff's deputies who sued him over music videos in which he used home security footage to mock their raid of his home. He said, we did it, America. Yeah, we did it. Freedom of speech. Right on. The 51-year-old rapper, 51, god damn, I'm not daddy. 51-year-old rapper born Joseph Foreman shouted outside the courthouse after the Wednesday evening verdict. He later posted the clip to social media. The case tested the limits of parody and the license artists can take in social commentary directed at public figures. The deputies collectively sought nearly $4 million in damages. They busted into his crib. Didn't find nothing. Thought he was moving drugs. Ain't find shit. Ready to fucking eat his pound cake. We're going to get to that. And no, that's not a sexual reference. On the stand crying. It was on the stand crying. It says, no reasonable person would expect a police officer not to be criticized. They've been called names before, defense lawyer David Osborne said in closing arguments for the rapper and comedian, known for his breakout hit, Because I Get High. Because I Get High. The Adams County deputies said they were publicly harassed over the viral videos, which were viewed more than 3 million times on YouTube. The videos show rifle-wielding deputies busting down Afroman's door, searching his shoes and suit pockets, and hungrily eyeing a cake on the kitchen table, inspiring one song's title, Lemon Pound Cake. In other music videos, Afroman took aim at the deputies' personal lives and called them crooked cops because of $400 that went missing in the raid. Police officers shouldn't be stealing civilians' money, the rapper testified this week. This whole thing is an outrage. May I just add, outside of this article, he also got he had a song where he was talking about a specific police officer, and he was talking about he was fucking his wife. And then the police officer on trial, on fucking the stand, said he wasn't sure if the shit was true or not. Yo, this shit was fucking hilarious. Then another one, he called a female police officer. He said that she liked to, eat pussy, and that she, basically she a lesbian. This broad was crying real tears on the stand. I mean, boo-hooing like the gaslighting was so crazy by the police that it was just unbelievable. But anyway, in court, and this was pretty genius too. In court, wearing a red, white, and blue American flag suit. Okay? Like that was a psychological symbol that he did. A black man in an American flag suit fighting a First Amendment case. Yo, that's some deep shit. That's some deep shit. Because if he would have lost, it would have shown the hypocrisy in this whole fucking constitution and system. Anyway, in court, wearing a red, white, and blue American flag suit, he defended his work on First Amendment grounds and said he issued the diss tracks to cover damages from the raid, including a broken gate and front door. No charges were filed over the 2022 raid, which the warrant said was part of a drug and kidnapping investigation. In his testimony, he said he had the right to tell his friends and fans what police had done. He said the raid traumatized his children, then 10 and 12. The whole raid was a mistake. All of this is their fault. If they hadn't have wrongly raided my house, there would be no lawsuit. I would not know their names. Foreman said they wouldn't be on my home surveillance system, and there would be no songs, nothing. They also said that these guys fucking stole his fucking cameras. They disconnected his cameras and tried to steal him. The lyrics of "Will you help me repair my door?" address the police directly. Did you find what you were looking for? Would you like a slice of lemon pound cake? You can take as much as you want to take. There must be a big mistake. The video slows down, showing an officer holding a gun next to a cake stand in Afroman's kitchen. Then he raps, "The warrant said narcotics and kidnapping. Are you kidding? I make my money rapping, and you crooked cops need to stop it. There are no kidnapping victims in my suit pockets." As the video shows the officers searching his closet. The deputies in their testimony said the songs ridiculed them. Deputy Lisa Phillips said the rapper created a derogatory music video that questioned her gender and sexuality. Yeah, that was the Lisa Liquor song. Sergeant Randy Walters said his child had been hazed at school over Afroman's post, and came home crying. Yeah, that's the one where he said he was fucking his wife, and now the kids at school was like, hey, is Afroman really your father? Is Afroman really your father? And that motherfucker came home supposedly and asked his parents, because now he's not sure because the kids was teasing him. Where in the world is it okay to make something up for fun that's damaging to others when you know for sure it's an absolute lie, he asked. Afroman's lawyer in closing arguments said it was not unusual for artists engaged in social commentary to exaggerate. Robert Klingler, representing the deputies, said Afroman lied about these 7 brave deputy sheriffs for the past 3 years. Even if somebody does something to you that hurts you, that you think is wrong, like a search warrant execution that you think is unfair, that doesn't justify telling intentional lies designed to hurt people, he argued. Afroman lives in Winchester, about 15 miles outside of Cincinnati. So he's in Ohio. This happened in Ohio. Man, shout out to Afroman. Okay. Fuck those police. They thought he was just some, stoner. They thought they was going to catch him slipping in his crib. They went in there and wasn't shit in there. And like he said by them doing this, they actually gave him material. He said he didn't have a lot of shit to rap about, He getting money now and he can't rap about being in the hood and all that type of shit. So he said when this thing happened, this gave him material, which he now used to fucking blow up even more. And now the fact that he won this case, you know how many people is just going to want to stream these songs just to see what the fuck he's talking about? Stream these videos just to, acquaint themselves with this whole situation. And it's already got wild views. They said, he's Efu too said the police boosted his profile a lot. Afroman gained like 350,000 subs on YouTube in the last week. You see? You see that? Good for you, Afroman. How about the law? Peace, God. He said, damn, I'm late, Lord J. Peace, God. Thank you. I appreciate you, God. You're not late, like I told A1 Drizzy. When you here, you're on time. So yes, they basically, they did Afroman a favor in the long run by this whole blunder. Now I wonder, could he countersue them and win? And if he did, would it be worth it? Would it be worth it? Well, all I can say is, in a time where a lot of freedoms are slowly being chiseled away, the fact that he won this is very big. And I don't think it should be just trivialized. Yeah, he's a funny guy. a lot of funny shit happened in the trial. But the overall, the overall message that you do have the right to freedom of speech. We do have the right to criticize people that are so-called in power, public officials and shit like that. Like, we're not in a country where speaking out against those, who are supposed to be in authority is a crime. At least the country is not like that yet. And a decision like this delays it from happening, sooner than later. Right? So, once again, I think we need to take our hats off to Afroman. Take our hats off to Afroman for fighting the good fight that ultimately benefits us all. You're right, Queen Shelley. This is the only country where you could talk shit about the president and not get your motherfucking head chopped off. Okay? Like, people talk so much shit about America, but again, you have the freedom in America to talk shit. You see? Where I think if you lived in certain countries and you see what oppression really is. I mean, right now they got us worried about, like earlier, I'm talking about not wanting to say certain words on YouTube because, it could lead to strikes or whatever. But imagine not being scared to say certain things about a politician or about any injustice that you see being perpetrated by those in authority. And now you're scared to talk about it, not because you're going to get a strike on your social media page. No, because you may get thrown in jail or murdered for speaking such things. Or at the very least, what they're trying to do now is set up these social credit scores. So that if you did say something against, the powers that be, that you could be punished economically or socially, be limited to where you could go, all kinds of shit like that. That's right. White Ice-T said, talk shit about Kim Jong-un in North Korea and see what happens. Uh-huh. So anyway, once again, shout out to Afroman. They fucked the police. And now finally, I was talking with my cuz the other day, and he kind of brought this up. And I'm like, you're kind of right. Now, without even going to Google or anything right now, just ask yourself, Do you see as much pregnant women out in the world as you used to? Think about it now. Now, I remember in the 70s, you couldn't you couldn't walk 2 feet without seeing somebody that was pregnant. Seriously. People was mad young having kids, you know. You would just see a lot of pregnant women out and about. Yo, I feel like I'm not seeing pregnant women the way I used to see them. Now, you said the average age of the first pregnancy is like 25 or something. No, it's not 25. It's like 29. Nowadays, it's like 29. Back in the days, like 21. What is going on? I mean, we know what's going on, but what do you think's going on? Let's hear some theories in the chat. And as always, I know Truly Zambian is the only one that usually takes advantage of it. But if you'd like to come on up and discuss this with me, I just put the link in the chat. You can come on with your camera, or you don't even have to use your camera. But because this definitely, has to do with population control. This has to do with, That's all right, Shelly. You ain't gotta have no wig on. You don't have to use the camera. Just turn the camera off and you could just talk. Anybody that's scared that they're not camera ready. So you can do like this. You see? See how I can still talk, but I don't have to necessarily be on camera. But I know y'all want me on camera, so I'm on camera. But I could just do the shit like this with my avatar. Pumping, pulsing like that every time I fucking talk. Some people do shows like that. Shout out to the Black Authority and people like that who you never see. And yes, it might be from the jab. That's what my cousin was trying to get at. That this seems like a post-jab phenomenon. That we're not seeing as much pregnant women post-jab. Oh, thank you, Shelly. Like my grandson was born right around when the pandemic started. I'm trying to think. What do I know that has a baby since then? That I know personally. Okay. Yeah, okay. My man Primo had a baby not too long ago. About a year. Maybe a little more than a year. But man, I'm telling you, this shit is down. And I don't care. I don't even care what the stats is saying. Because you know, they might reflect what we're saying, but they might try to lie too. They might try to lie too. Okay, brother man. Yes, sir. That's your mind brought you here. Hey, if you do me a favor, while you're here, if you can go ahead and click that like button, that would be helpful to the cause. Also, if you were new to the channel, welcome. Encourage you to subscribe to the channel, click that notification bell and click all so you'll get notified whenever we drop. Saw a video on how the vaccine messes up male sperm. Listen, man, it's a multi-pronged attack. Oh, somebody entered the studio. Okay. Let's see. Who is this? I think your mic is muted, though. Oh, he's gone. Okay. Well, somebody had just entered, but now they're gone. So, yeah, it's a multi-pronged attack, people. You know, the reason why they're pushing, you know, transformerism and all this gay agendas. It's Don. What's good, Don? These gay agendas, that's all part of population control. Don 773 TV. What's good?
Peace to the God. What's going on, Lord J?
Man, I'm great. How are you?
Oh man, all is well. Tapping in out of Chicago, man.
That's what's up. What you think about what I'm talking about here? Do you see what I'm saying here? Do you see?
Now you know it's crazy because now I'm finna mess you up. You got a follower that be messing with you, a subscriber, Nia Muhammad. That's my mom.
Okay.
And we recently had the conversation. Now we feel what we call is a epidemic. There was an epidemic in the 80s of teen parents. I'm talking about that was rampant. It was really high. And it has slowed down because, like you say, you don't see teen parents like that anymore. I could say it's more responsible, but can you say responsible because it's a lot of different forms of contraception out here these days? Which we can go have a long conversation about that, but with abortions and things of that nature, you don't see too many teen parents no more. And I know a lot of these young mothers are taking their teen daughters when they hit a certain age and getting them certain things where they can't have a kid up until a certain age.
Right. Because when I was young, I definitely remember, girls 13 years old having babies and shit like that.
Man, that was the thing.
Yeah, that and it was an epidemic. And it does seem like they made it, though, that kind of extreme so that they can use this birth control so they could point to that to say this is why you need birth control. Oh, you don't want your daughters, having babies when they're 13, so young, they need to graduate school and all that type of shit. All right. Yeah, you're right about that. Maybe we don't need them to have them at 13, but we don't necessarily need to. They don't need to be waiting till they 29 either. You
Yeah.
see what I'm saying? Like, and that's some other bullshit. Where do you find a happy medium between, not having a baby of what we in this society determine as too young? Because first of all, nature is saying that they're not too young. Obviously, like if you're able to have a baby, if you're having your menstrual cycle, but see, then that's another thing too. Are they giving us things so that these girls have their menstrual cycle at a younger age because of the foods and the processed things like
And
that?
that's another conversation I've had with people, because people have noticed that I've talked to a couple mothers and they realize their daughters are coming on their period younger than they was at their ages. And we can kind of point towards the food, these different hormones and stuff they putting in these food. I remember when I was growing up, right? My great grandmother, God rest her soul, she used to tell me when I was a little boy, I used to take deodorant and put it all across my chest and all that. And she used to say, you don't need that. What are you doing? It just smells good. You too young to be putting on deodorant. And that used to be a thing for real. Little kids didn't get musty and stuff at 10. You used to start, you used to have to start growing hair up under your arms before you start getting musty and stuff. These little kids be musty now.
And you think it's because of a different kind of diet that they eating?
It's not the diet, it's the hormones and different things they're injecting in the food. You might have seen this post online. They showed the McDonald's. Well, I grew up eating McDonald's. This is not the same McDonald's. This is not the same chicken. They putting all type of different stuff in this food. This is not the same food we grew up on.
And how are they gonna be musty, right? When they don't even do as much shit as we used to do when we was young.
Man,
we was out all day climbing trees, riding bikes, run, catch, and kiss. We doing all kind of shit all day and into the nighttime. And these motherfuckers, all they doing is playing the Xbox.
And come home, and our parents used to tell us we smell like outside, a wet puppy or something. It wasn't must. It was a different smell.
Oh, man.
Man, it's the food, man. And then, like you say, you was getting into the LGBT agendas. A lot of these kids in their teens and stuff these days, they get 15, 16 and get confused. There's a lot that plays into this.
It's funny that you say that right there. So I remember coming up, around my way, you got all the kids that live in your development or whatever the case. And there was this girl, right? Her name was Stephanie. And Stephanie was like a tomboy. You know what I mean? She was a tomboy. She liked to play football and all kind of sports with the dudes and shit like that. But
Stephanie got 7 kids. We all seen it.
Later on in life, you see what I'm saying? Stephanie became a woman. You see what I'm saying? And not that she was an attractive woman, but what I'm saying is, yes, she did not turn out to be a lesbian. But if Stephanie would have came up in today's atmosphere, they'd have been like, oh, look, you like to do all this boy stuff. You're a lesbian. You probably like girls. You see, they would have pushed her down that road.
And they would have pushed these things, hormones. This is coming from personal. I got family members. We sit back and do observation and look at them. They out here taking hormone shots and stuff, and they're messing up their bodies, man. It's a different type of person like that these days. Back when I was coming up, I say this. I was born in 1989. I was the last generation to grow up like all the prior generations before me. I seen be home before the street lights come on and stuff like that. So we seen those type of chicks that was like tomboyish. I know one right now today. She's still like that and just had a kid not too long ago. She got a younger kid. Like that's just how they are. But these new ones that's coming up, that's born in the 2000s, late 90s, they're pushing these hormone injections on them. They actually giving that stuff out for free. They show up to these different LGB clinics. They give them gift cards to come take them shots and stuff like that. They messing their body up. So now later in life, when they almost hit, like you say, that 29 age, where they want a family, want to have a kid, they start losing their mind and having mental issues. And that's what we start seeing these people doing the crazy stuff to themselves. And how I had to word it, that fall under what you were just saying earlier, how they restricting us on how we could talk. You got to word things certain ways now.
I mean, all of this, you know, to me is part of their, you know, population control agenda. If man is with another man, they not making children. If a woman is with another woman, she's not making children. You
Facts.
know, abortions, no children. If I can give you these vaccines and prevent you from having children, you know what I mean? Like everything is going down the road of just trying to stop, especially original people, because we are the multipliers of the planet Earth. You know what I mean? We're the ones that don't have problems, you know, reproducing. All of these women that you see in these fertility clinics, you know who they are. You know what their ethnicity be. Like they be having trouble. Oh, this was our third pregnancy and it didn't take hold. Meanwhile, we be sneezing and getting broads pregnant and shit like that.
We
You know what I
running.
mean?
We trying not to.
Right. And it's like, man.
We got pull-out game jokes in our culture.
Come on, man. And still, you know what I mean? And still getting them pregnant type shit. And they don't like that. They don't want that. They know that we reproduce at a rate that's way higher than them. So now they're trying to make it where most people, they want reproduction to have to come through them. They want reproduction to be like test tube babies. You know what I mean? They want you to have to come to them and say, okay, you want a baby? All right, we're gonna formula one up for you. See what I'm saying? Because these lesbian couples and these gay couples, they can't do it themselves, so now they gotta go and do some shit.
And
you know
then
what I
that
mean?
sparks a whole nother conversation.
Right. And so now in order to do that, that costs money. That costs money. And so now inevitably what they're gonna try to do is price poor people out of the reproduction game, where you wouldn't even be able to afford to do this shit in order to pass your DNA on to the next generation and so on and so forth.
Man, it's deep, man. That's a deep one, bro. I ain't gonna lie to you. All of that could be a part of their plan because we still don't fully understand what is the agenda. You get what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. And within a few years, within enough years, if they want to, like, if they normalize this the way they want to, within a certain amount of years, men and women might not even know that they could fuck with each other. You understand what I'm saying? Like they might just think that this is normal for men to be with men and women to be with women, and that we could reproduce on our own for free if you would just be with a man with a woman.
You know,
wouldn't that be fucking crazy? And it sounds crazy until you see this fucking little video going around where it's showing these little kids from the 70s and 80s, and they're like, you mean there's a little box where people look at the shit all day and they don't do nothing? Like that shit would have sounded, everything that we doing now would have sounded crazy in the 70s and 80s. Like,
man, them people.
So now the shit that I just said sound crazy until we there. Until we there.
You know what I want to know, Lord Jay?
If we let it happen. What's that?
I'm sorry about that. With all of these test tube babies, what is going to be the results of these? That's not natural. Like what this gonna look, what they gonna be when they turn 40?
Soulless. See, that's another thing. You got a bunch of these test tube babies already been here. There's a bunch of them moving around now. So now you got people that look like human beings that are really not human. Because there's got to be something magical, sacred, whatever about the man and woman coming together in that moment in order to create a child that
The natural order.
when it happens naturally like that, I believe that's how a soul, you see what I'm saying, could inhabit that. I don't think a soul can inhabit these test tube babies. So now you almost got just like humanoid robots moving around.
Man, that's the
That's
real
why
question.
some
I would
people,
like to see that. I
you
would like
see,
to somebody should be Dr. How we have a hoop dreams and they followed them people throughout high school and all that. We need somebody that go in there to volunteer so we could document this kid from birth until they die. We need to see the results of this.
And I feel like that's why some people, you're like, damn, how could they do that? How could somebody be so cold? How could they be so ruthless? These motherfuckers are soulless. You know what I mean?
Man,
That's why these motherfuckers could put everything in your food to kill you at every turn and making you wear polyester that's killing you. And you know what I mean? Because they ain't even got a fucking soul. And someone said, who's just said, Turkish death threat, nothing can replace Allah's magic. But that's all they're trying to do is replace Allah's magic. Like everything they want to be artificial. So now if men and women are not having children, the children that are being made are like artificial children. That's why I'm telling you they're soulless, because they're artificial. Just like artificial food. Does artificial food have any real nutrients in it like that? You see, that's like soulless food. Because the nutrients would be the soul. When something is nutrient rich, when it's nutrient poor, it's soulless. And so they want you to be like that artificial food. And now they're pushing artificial intelligence. What is artificial? You see what I'm saying?
I tell my
Why
kids,
do you need artificial intelligence? As if artificial intelligence can be better than natural intelligence? When all it's doing is learning from natural intelligence? It's crazy. It's crazy.
I tell my kids that Terminator is a documentary. I'm not gonna lie to you, it's a documentary at this point.
Listen, I just saw something, speaking of the Terminator, I just saw something where they had like a liquid robot that went through bars and shit like that, just like in the Terminator. Yeah,
See what I'm saying?
Yeah. And it's like, yeah, they talk about the Terminator and they talk about the Matrix and shit like that.
And we can say the internet is the equivalent of
Right.
the Matrix, the social media system. That's the equivalent of the Matrix, and people don't even
And the
realize
Terminator is when the machines took over, type of shit. The machines got self-intelligent and started thinking of how they can overthrow the so-called lowly humans. But see, that's another bullshit too. Like, they want us to believe that they have created something that could actually eventually subdue us, be greater than us. But it's not possible. Like something artificial can never be greater than the natural thing. It just can't. It just can't. And that's that's one of these devilish lies that they put in our head to make try to make us believe that they are God. This is why they want us to believe that they've been to the moon and outer space and that they have nuclear weapons that can destroy the whole world. You know, and now we have these computers that can, eventually these computers we made, shit, they can become so smart that they could take over the world. You see, now they got you worried about some bullshit. When all the time they're just fronting and exaggerating. Yeah, these computers can do some things, but they can't do all the shit that they're fucking saying they can do. Just like this fucking devil can't do everything that he says he can do. You feel me? You underdig me? You there, Don?
I'm there with you, church. I'm there with you, church. I ain't want to cut you off. I done
Nah,
locked
man,
in.
if you understand what I'm saying.
I done locked in, bro. I'm listening to you because, like, man, both of those movies, like somebody said in the comments, I believe The Matrix was based off a book. They was both written by black people, but man, look where we at today. Like, it's crazy, man. Look, hindsight is crazy. That's all I can say, man. For real, for real.
And look, you got people saying quantum computing is powerfully complex. So you think it's more complex than the human mind? Of how fast the human mind computes some shit? Nah, B, you don't even understand what the mind and the brain is doing simultaneously. Not only is it allowing me to have a fucking conversation, but it's fucking, pumping blood throughout my fucking body and my heart has a rhythm. And come on, man. There's so many things going on simultaneously right now that these machines could never do. That's why they can't put it all together.
It's like the GPS. It's like when you're driving down the street and you know a better route and you let the GPS just take you into traffic. Like it's things of that
Right.
nature. Like the computer was programmed by a human. The AI is literally learning off of us. So I don't think that
And
it
it
could be
don't know the
smarter than us.
nuances. It don't know the nuances of your town, where the little back street cuts that you could have took, but you let this motherfucker take you right into fucking traffic.
It want to keep you on the main road. Or
Yeah,
main street.
because that's what it was taught. Yep. And at some point, if you allow it, all you're gonna know is what that shit tell you. Like right now, people are using AI for ideas, for scripts, and all kind of shit. They writing rap. Fucking 50 Cent got AI fucking songs out right now, where I believe some people think that that's 50 Cent, but it's AI 50. Okay, but and so people, I think, are going to get to a point of laziness. The same way, niggas stopped really wanting to do math once they fucking started having computer calculators and shit.
It's just like this, Lord. I hate to cut you off. It's just like this right here. This is some that one up. How many phone numbers do you know?
Exactly.
I know in 2002, I knew everybody's phone number.
Nigga, in 1981, I literally probably had at least 20 phone numbers on cap. 20 phone numbers in your brain.
In your brain, off of GP. You knew your immediate family numbers by heart. and about 5, 6
Your
friends.
best
And
friends,
if you got some
your
chicks, you got about
girl.
5, 6 of them numbers, you know about hard.
If you lose your phone right now, God damn it, you might not could call your own child. Dead ass,
And
because you don't know them by their
it's
number.
bad.
When they call, their name come up. You don't know their goddamn number. I don't know my children's number. I don't. I'm not gonna lie.
So, they just released a study saying that for the first time that the next generation is actually dumber than the generation the previous generation. So this is how all this is getting dangerous, because they growing up with all these different gadgets and tools, because AI is a tool. And at some point, they're gonna forget that, and that's how all this movie stuff we talking about becomes a reality when you rely on these tools too much, and they get too much control in the system.
And now you can't do nothing without the tool, or you
Doomed after that.
scared to do anything without the tool. You got people out here probably right now that if their phone broke down, they'd be terrified to do a long drive. Like, you know what I mean? And I'm talking maybe 3 hours, DC to New York or some shit like that. They would be terrified, like, oh my God, but we don't have Waze. What am I gonna?
They think those signs over the highway for decoration. They don't even pay attention to stuff like that.
What? Right. Right. Like those signs are for decoration. God damn it, read this. How you think people got around since the fucking 50s, you dumb motherfucker. Like, shit crazy.
Yeah, man, it's been proven out here, man. We just, like my young boy coming up, we just got to teach the ones that's around us. We got to teach them better. Like they say, reach one, teach one. That's true. And they going to be out here, man, and we got to just have faith in the ones we can reach, man.
You know, another part of the dumbing down, now that we talk about dumbing down, is the fact that they don't teach writing cursive anymore. When you don't teach how to write in cursive, write in script, these motherfuckers can't read script either. So now what's written in script? The Constitution. Fucking wild laws and fucking valuable information from back in the days was written in script. So if you don't write script, it's hard. You'll soon won't be able to read script. And that's more of the dumbing down. So now if you can't read script, if you can't read the Constitution, how do you know what your rights are? Now you got to rely on what Grok or Google said is in the Constitution, because you can't actually read it yourself.
And that's crazy. And they added everything. Like, I noticed this with these different apps, Tubi and things like that. You get to watching some movies that you've been watching all your life. And they cutting scenes like it's crazy what they doing right now, man. If you notice the small stuff like this, like they chopping movies up, taking certain scenes out of the stuff, like right on, like.
Yep. I think I lost your audio, Dawn. Yeah. He might come back. There he is. Hang on.
I lost connection. Can you hear me?
There you go. Yep, you back.
All right, I'm sorry about that. But yeah, I lost my train of thought, man. I got a call coming through, man. Look, Lord J, I appreciate you, man. I don't want to hold you up because I see they keep calling back to back. Man,
It's
I
all good,
appreciate
Don.
you,
I
man. I'm gonna
appreciate
shoot you an email, man. I appreciate if I can get an email on my channel, man.
Okay, yeah, no problem. Hit me
got
up.
a lot of hip hop history over there you sitting on. Now I love to have a conversation with you, hip hop based, man. Just get some of that
I got you, bro. Let's do it. Hit me.
I
Good
bet to
talking to
get
you.
something. Good talking to you, bro.
All right. Yes, sir, bro.
Thank you.
Peace. Dawn. Queen Shelly. Much love to you, Queen. She said, thanks for cheering me up, LJ. Peace to my God Pod family. Peace to you, Shelly. And once again, condolences to you and your family. But we're here with you. They say cutting scenes out of movies is crazy. You know, I just saw something where a guy, so I guess he uploaded a photo. It was an old photo from the 1950s. And it was of him and he was a baby and his mother was in the photo, whatever, but it was in black and white. So he asked 3 different AI platforms to colorize the photo for him, right? So when they colorized it, all 3 of them came back with slightly different colors of what they thought it could be. You know, the sweater was different, but there were little things in the background of the picture, right? Like at one point on the left hand frame on the corner on the floor, there was something on the floor that was kind of hard to determine what it was exactly. And so one of the AI photos just removed it. Just cut it out. Then in another AI photo, behind, you know, in the background, there was like, let's just say, a stack of records or something like that with something sitting on top of it. One of the AI photos actually replaced, I think it had a flower pot or something. It replaced whatever was sitting on the records or something with some boxes of cereal or some shit. But then you saw like a piece of a plant coming out of the cereal box. So off just one picture, you have AI either omitting or adjusting reality when it doesn't fully understand something. And now here goes your dumb ass thinking that everything that AI is showing you is right and exact, when they could be cutting things out. They could be editing things and giving their interpretation of what they think it should be, as opposed to what it really is. And there lies the danger of putting all your trust and all your eggs in this AI basket. And the way they, the way they promote this shit, as if AI is infallible. But I'm trying to show you that it is fallible. And it is not as smart as they would have you think. So at the end of the day, did they put, movies like the Terminator and shit out there to scare the shit out of us and now try to make us feel like that's where we're heading right now? Yeah. But it's never going to be to no level of the fucking Terminator. You understand? That's them using their movie magic to get into your fucking brain and make you think that, why even fight? It's useless. You seen the Terminator? That's how they get us with all this bullshit. You believe in outer space because you've seen movies. That's it. It's the only reason you truly believe. From movies. Not even the it ain't even the moon landing footage. It's fucking Star Wars and Star Trek and shit like that. That made you believe. Battlestar Galactica and shit like that made you believe that shit was real. Okay? Fucking movies about atomic bombs and shit like that. Fucking Oppenheimer and all this type. That's why you believe that nuclear weapons are real. From them bullshit little fucking toy towns they was blowing up, making us believe that was a nuclear weapon, even though nothing happened to the cameras and all this type of shit. Yeah. Hiroshima and all of that is just fine right now. Ain't no radiation and all that. What the fuck are we talking about here? They don't have nuclear weapons. They lying. That's right. Dinosaur bones are fake. They lying. Anyway, this all started just asking, do y'all see pregnant women? You see the rabbit holes things will take you down? Yeah, well, shit. Leave your thoughts in the comment section. Let me know what you think about social engineering and population control. And if you're noticing what a lot of us are noticing, and that is we don't see pregnant women the way we used to out here in these streets. Mumra, thank you. He said, why don't we get many movie rap soundtracks now? I would say because they don't exploit hip hop the way they used to. I think when hip hop was at its peak, a lot more movies were being made that a hip hop soundtrack would be warranted. That's number one. I think less of those type of movies are being made. At least on a major scale. And I think, with the advent of streaming and all of this type of shit and the way the money is not as prevalent as it used to be, because it was easier to put together a soundtrack of artists from different labels coming to get onto this one soundtrack or whatever the case may be. And because there would be good money in them soundtracks, I think labels were more open to it. I think now the incentive probably is not there to collaborate with each other because the money is not what it used to be. And maybe the budgets for the music portion of movies may have gotten smaller. I'm just kind of guessing. And if that's the case, you best believe that hip hop soundtracks would be the first thing to go. You know, they're always going to need a classic score to a movie. Somebody that can score a movie, you know, John Williams type of shit. But hip hop and all of that, again, hip hop's not even what it used to be. Shit. American black culture is not even what it used to be, per se. We don't have as many stories, I feel, right now as we used to have. The Bellies and the Paid in Fulls and the Who's the Man and the fucking Boomerang. It was just a lot of shit going on back then. Anyway. Oh, that's what's up. Said last good movie was Shatas. And that was a while ago. That was a while ago. Well, listen, y'all, I'm about to get out of here. Oh, real quick, what was my favorite hip-hop movie soundtrack? Probably Menace to Society, and not just because I was on it. That's one that jumps out at me. I'm sure there were some other good ones. Why don't y'all put in the comments what your favorite hip-hop movie soundtrack is? And then maybe we'll talk about it next time. But anyway, people, I'm about to make moves.
You assess such a
Oh. I forgot to tell you that today is Thursday, March 19th. Knowledge born. All being born in knowledge cipher. All being born in knowledge. Peace to the gods. Peace to the herbs. Have a great next rest of your evening. Rest of your week. Good talk again. Peace and love. Yes.